Full-time score here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena on the last day of the season. Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 1. We're here with joint manager Shaun Thomas after another solid display. Thommo, 2 wins and a draw in the last 3 against some pretty tough opposition. Not a bad way to end the season, is it?
Yeah, they've been really good, and let's be honest, they've been really good all season. They've put on a good amount of points extra compared to what they did last year. Won a few more games, better goal difference, scored more goals. So they've been excellent. I don't know if it's a little bit of a pressure off situation where they can start expressing themselves, because we have just been skirting that bottom 4, bottom 3 all year. But they've been excellent. They've just gave a really good Anstey side a really good game. In some respects we had the better chances and maybe could have nicked it, but Anstey, brilliant side, all credit to them. They're a good side, and they've obviously got their one eye on Tuesday, which is our biggest sort of team talk to make them work hard before Tuesday.
No changes to the starting lineup from the Warwick game. As you said, there's been a more refreshed look to the squad over recent weeks. Lots of Jack Redhead coming in, starting games. Harvey Smith back in the starting lineup. A back 3 of Nicholson, Zito and Draper. There has been a few chopping and changes over the last couple of weeks. Has that really been a benefit to the lads?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the lads who have got the shirt will tell you it's a benefit to them. There's obviously 5 lads that are disappointed sat on the bench, but I think the lads that played on Monday deserve to start on today, and we're lighter in certain areas. We have got a big bulk of players that can play midfield, so we've had to try and treat everyone with respect and make sure that they get some minutes today. So we have made 5 changes, and yeah, I think they've been good the last few weeks. And the lads who have had the shirt deserve to keep it, because it's a difficult conversation when you haven't really got a valid reason to be dropping them out. But yeah, they've worked really hard. The lads who have finished the season, there was a bulk of time when it was a slightly different side, and they've been equally as good. And where the squad finished, they were in a good place.
Well, onto the one change that we had today was the change in captain, that being Jamie Draper being given the captain's armband. Now his 150th appearance. He's just sculpted off just before we started talking about him, but we'll get him on here later. How great of a servant has Drake's been, especially this season?
Oh, Jamie's brilliant. I can't talk highly enough of the kid. I can remember him being 16, 17 years old, when he first came into the side. He's only 21 now. I can remember him going and playing for GMP for a couple of games, because playing centre half as a 17-year-old kid is a really difficult job as it is, but he's got all the attributes to be one of the best defenders in the league, and the only thing that will stop Jamie is Jamie himself, because he's a spaceman at the best of times, but big character in the change rooms, big character around the club, and he's a Sphinx lad, so to play 150 games for the club in its most successful period is no mean achievement, and I'm hoping he'll go on to have a really good next few years, where he starts getting to 200s, 250s and into that sort of like club legend status, even though he is in my eyes anyway.
Well, he's certainly on his way to that status with the club. One player who's really stepped up to the plate in recent weeks is Idris Hussaini. 2 goals in the last 3 games. Considering where he came from, it was a while to get him signed on due to his international clearance, but could he go down as one of the players of the year in terms of improvement?
Yeah, definitely, and this is what I think Coventry Sphinx is all about. We give lads opportunities to play football, and we don't chop and change our side. We don't chase names necessarily, and we back people. And Idris is ultimately playing his first year of football in England after being in Serbia, coming in as an unknown, and they just need people to believe in him, and obviously we gave him a chance, and I think he's finished the season second top goal scorer, potentially, with 7 goals from central midfield. I think he still needs to learn a little bit, but he turns up week in, week out, and he works really hard, and so you can't fault him really.
It was a great way to come back from that disappointing goal early on from Rhys Dolan. A clean strike from Idris to equalise.
Yeah, brilliant, and he's had to catch it cleanly when it's come to him quite quickly, and it's got to go through a lot of bodies. And he's good at that. He's good at arriving late. He's good at headers at the back post, and he's probably earned us pound for pound the most points out of every player this year. He scored some late winners, late equalisers, and then an early equaliser today. So yeah, brilliant.
And really, the last couple of well, certainly the last 20 minutes or so, Anstey were giving it all they could to try and see the season out with a victory heading into their playoff against, now we know, Worcester City. But the back five, well, back four it became, stood firm right to the end. With Guesty being out for the last 3 months within ACL, and young lads having to step up. As we said, we've had a 19, 20 and 21-year-old centre back for the last few months. How have they come along recently? Because it seems as if they've ended the season on a real high.
Yeah, brilliant. And like you said, it's a position that you grow into as a little bit older usually. But in terms of a balance, they've got pace, power, and good ability. They will continue to get better, I'm sure of it, and this is a club for them to continue to get better because they'll play and get a good experience at a good level of football. When you look at individually, there's areas for growth, but in terms of their seasons, they've all had a really good season. And so now their challenge is to take what they've done and then just build on it again next year, because I think there's been times when we could have been better as a defensive unit. But that's a whole 11 that are on the pitch, not necessarily the back three, but they're only going to get better, and they're good lads and they work hard, so we're happy with them, definitely.
To sum up the season, it's been a real roller coaster, hasn't it? We had some downs where we just couldn't quite get the points that we deserved from the games. We had a fantastic run around the turn of the year where we looked completely unbeatable. We finished 17th, very close to the midfield pack. Do you say it's been a successful season?
Definitely. You look at you want to make progress, and progress comes in different ways, but ultimately you finish where you deserve to finish in the league. But actually, over the course of the season, we've had some really good results. We've drawn a lot of games again. We've won more games this year, lost less games than what we did last year. I think with a bit of luck on a different day, we might have just closed in a little bit on that middle pack a little bit more. But the foundations are really strong, and all I'd say to the lads is that we'll all stick together, because it takes a little bit of a push to get into that next bracket, but with one more season under their belt, and people like Harvey coming back, Harry coming in at the turn of the year, and the lads that have joined more recently have added to the group, so we're finishing in a stronger position than what we started. And as you mentioned, the back three are really young lads. They've got season in them now, and I would bet my money they're going to be better next year. You've got a young goalkeeper playing behind them who's had an excellent season, so all the signs are really positive. And yeah, it's a good place to come and play your football, and I think they'll go again better next year.
And we're going to round off with a bit of an announcement from yourself. There were some emotional scenes towards the end of proceedings here at Sphinx Drive, as you told the players and management something very important, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'll keep it brief, so I'm just going to step away after today. It's been a little niggle in the back of my mind for a couple of weeks now, and ultimately it's just to go and spend some time with my daughter and my wife, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of your time, and I've just got this little fear about. I came back when she was 6 weeks old. She's going to be 8 in October, so I just want to make sure that I spend these next couple of years just with that good quality time with my daughter. So it's not an easy decision. It's a decision that I don't really want to make, in terms of I love everything about the club. It's the best club in the world, in my world anyway. So yeah, it's a tough decision, but it's the right decision for me and my family. So got loads of good memories, and I'll hold them close to me, because I'm sure I'm going to be out on Saturday in a couple of months' time. But yeah, that's the decision. The lads have been told most of the people the volunteers at the club have been excellent, and nothing but a massive support. So nothing changes though. John will continue as normal, and onwards and upwards and all that.
Well, Thommo, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you the last couple of years. Thank you very much for not just your hard work this season, but throughout your time at Sphinx, being a part of history at the football club. Best of luck for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.